Hey everybody, Ron Burke, editor-in-chief for GamingTrend.com, and welcome back. We're checking out Cities Skylines II. Again, I'm going into this completely blind. You may have seen in our previous video that we went through the tutorial. Now it's time to build for real. So, without further ado, new game. I'm going to pick the same area that I did before. We're going to go with Sweeping Plains. I liked having access to the water. That's a little bit more water. You know, we're going to go with Sweeping Plains again. It is a good map. Duckburg. You know, they say life is like an aeroplane here in Duckburg. Anyway, for you old folks that get that, welcome to the game. For you young folks that are wondering what the hell I'm on about, just ignore me. It's currently 2:30 in the morning here, so I'm kind of tired. All right, so I'm gonna build. I want to build some new roads, but now we have access to everything. I didn't enable everything, so we have access to what we have access to in the very beginning. But looks like 3-lane asymmetric, 1-lane, one-way. Okay, that's interesting. So now we've got multiple one-way roads, so we can start to create one-way grids. Gravel road. Okay, so this could be useful for maybe like an industrial area where you have just industrial vehicles running around and you don't need a full-size road. That really helps with the upkeep, I suppose. I'd have to see why you would want that. Alley without sidewalks. Some of these seem like they might be more suited to like a downtown area where you want to control foot traffic, maybe. Pedestrian street. So this is your when you head into downtown San Francisco and you've got some of these open air market areas where it's just pedestrians. That would be this particular type. 2-lane wooden covered bridge. Okay. 2-lane truss arch bridge. So we've seen some really majestic looking bridges. So those are obviously ones we're gonna have to unlock. Medium size. Yeah, here's a bunch that are locked. And I gotta hit the milestones, just like the first game. You gotta hit the milestones to be able to get to any of these. But 4-lane highway, 5-lane highway. Okay, we're getting into like China level of crazy. It's 6-lane, 7, 8. Goodness gracious. 8-lane divided cable stayed bridge. Holy crap. Alright, highways. You'll notice that these don't actually have sewage, power, and water. So you want to be mindful of that when you're placing these. But I mean, when you're talking about ingress and egress from your city, these are necessary when you get to a certain size. Intersection types, look like we've got these all locked because they want you to learn basics. But we've got all sorts of different types of, wow, I've never seen that. A low capacity rural dumbbell interchange with a connection to a local road. God, I hope Dallas isn't looking at this for city planning. Please don't do this to your roads. They're complicated enough. Roundabout cloverleaf, 4-level stack interchange. Some of these make all sorts of sense. Some of these are crazy. Roundabouts. So this is really, we just barely started getting these in the United States. Some parts of the United States have plenty of them, but for the most part, you're not seeing these in a lot of places. But the science says that these are faster. The science says that these help control traffic in a major way. The reality of it is that people are awful at driving and just don't know how to use these properly. So, I don't know. Jury's still kind of out on whether these roundabouts are useful in the real world. Parking lots. These are new. Okay, so I mean, are we looking at like park and ride situations where you can have people park their cars and then maybe take public transportation to and from? That's kind of cool. Yeah, the mind kind of spins here with what you could use some of these things for. Overground parking building. I imagine you'll need some of these for airports. Underground parking building, okay, for high density stuff. Automated parking building, that's cool. I've never seen one of these in the real world. They have them in Europe. They have them in Japan. They don't have them in the United States anywhere that I've ever been. But I'd love to see one of these. Just being able to store and retrieve buildings. I guess I've seen them in movies. Road services, road maintenance depots, traffic lights. Okay. So rather than just adjusting just the road, it seems like you can go in with signs and adjust the behavior of a road. So if you find a particularly troublesome area, you could probably adjust maybe a little bit with signs and, oh, sound barriers. Those are new. So one of the things that I loved about the way that Vegas designs their highways is they have these massive sound barriers throughout, and it creates like a corridor, if you will. For one, it stops the looky-loos on one side at looking at the other for things like accidents, but it also has a great effect of just removing some of the sound that can bounce around. So that's really useful. I'm glad to see sound barriers. Noise pollution is I think it's a new thing. I don't remember that in City Skylines 1. So being able to adjust that with sound barriers is cool. All right, grass on the side of the sidewalk, wide sidewalk, crosswalk. There's a lot of stuff to unpack here. Plus, you know, all of these new types of road types. Man, they really went to town on the roads. I guess it really does speak to the fact that roads really are the heart of your city. This is really the most important thing you can make in your city is really your grid for how things operate, how people get around. I want to set up a better grid than I did in the tutorial, and maybe set up, yeah, kind of this sort of thing. See how I can stretch these a little bit before they break apart. I think that's about as big as I can make them. No, that just keeps going. All right. All right, well, that's probably too big for a tiny little city. We're going to make a tiny city to start. So we'll go with that. That'll give us some various zones to start with. And then I'm going to make some basic roads that spur off of this and just head out into the country. Doesn't like something there. What don't you like? When I stretched it out there, it did something weird to the elevation check there. Alright, that's fine. So I've got some grids here. I'll be able to set up some commercial areas and some residential areas. I don't want to build too big. You build too big, that's a mistake. Even though you have $500,000 to go playing with, if you start building a massive city, you're going to have trouble with infrastructure. You're going to have trouble with just getting your services to and from places. It's kind of a pain. I do skip over small roads completely. It's just been the way that I play. I typically go with 4-lane roads almost everywhere. I find that it just creates problems when I have small roads. I just end up replacing them. Now, that said, the new upgrade system, you know what, let's do that. Let's make a small road. We're going to make a 2-lane road. Well, actually, you know what? These are what? These are four lanes, right? So we've got a 4-lane road. I'm going to stick a 2-lane road coming off of it. And see if I can get that angle down here. What is that angle that it's measuring? Oh, that's the elevation. Okay. So we'll still run it off 90 degrees. Man, I really like that system. It really is useful. And then as traffic increases, we'll mess with the upgrade mechanic there. I'm assuming I'm going to go with green power again. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my power grids over here. But I think this will be good. I'll be able to put residential stuff and commercial stuff over here, and industrial stuff and power over there. So in fact, let's do that. Looks like we have a transformer station, electrical cables, power lines. So these are high voltage. So this is really your carrier lines. And these are your local lines. So, all right. I don't know that I need this high of power to start. But let's see how well the power grid also upgrades. We've got wind coming this direction. It says wind speed too low, though. And I just don't know what that really means. So you know what? We're going to stick a coal plant out here instead. Now I wonder what this blue is. don't really have a good idea of what that blue means. Extra pollution? I don't know. Alright, so we'll jam this thing over here. And we'll sit a... yeah, I know it has no road. Leave me alone. Build a road. Yes. I'm gonna build a road. Leave me alone. Alright, so it's saying it's not connected to the grid. It's not connected to the main grid. And it's not connected to a road. Boy, it's just all sorts of complaints. Alright, it doesn't like that way. Let's do it this way. Alright, connected to the road, which took care of the connection with the power here as well. So now we've got power coming off there. It doesn't like that I don't have a transmission line, and I'm not sure if I really need it yet. So I'm going to leave it alone for now. Oh, I guess I need to connect. Okay. The power coming in from other places, so I do have to connect at least this power line. We'll run this over here, stick it in the water, and bring it around. That should take care of that. So now we've got transmission lines that head out of the city, and it's out of the way. So this thing can pollute all day, and, well, nobody cares but the ducks, I guess. Either way, it's time to start laying down some city grids. So let's stick down some residential areas. I usually leave this front area open, mostly because I tend to build like stadiums and stuff, so people can get in and out of the city quickly. So we'll stick some housing there. Low density businesses over here. Ticky-tacky houses over there. And we'll stick some industrial. Need to figure out how to paint that. Oh, there it is. Paint. Well, I'd really rather kind of do a... There we go. Alright. Now we're cooking. Alright, we'll make those nice and even. Alright, should be able to unpause and see what kind of effect that had. We should see people starting to move in. You can see construction starting. We should see people start to head in. Grand opening. Find us at Pearl Street. Hollywood. They're complaining not enough water is being delivered to this building. Alright, so I guess we didn't really place we didn't place a water pump, so you know, maybe that's kind of important. So we'll stick a water pumping station right over here. See if it can share the I might need to turn off snapping. Let's see. All snapping off. Alright, I want to rotate this thing. Oops. I want to rotate that thing. You want to let me rotate that? There we go. Interesting. So there's different capacities based off of where it's sitting. It's on 88. That'll work. Alright, and then we'll stick combined water sewer pipe. That should do it, right? I think. Sewage pipe is not connected to the network. Yeah, it kind of went underneath, but that should work, right? Did I miss a lesson here? Alright, well, let's bulldoze these puppies. Show me the pipes. Underground mode. Go away. Alright, so we'll try that again. Water pumping station. Okay, we're going to try this a different way. We're going to stick this up a little further. And I'll build a road around the corner here. We'll run combined water and sewer, right? We'll connect it up there. We good now? Still complaining. All right. So I guess I need to run a separate sewage station no matter what I do. So we'll stick a sewage outlet like I did in the tutorial. I'm going to stick it way over here. It'll let me. There we go. And then we'll run the sewage line. And I'll just connect it here. Are we good now? What's the complaint? Maybe I just need to unpause. Are we good now? Oh, no road. Can't forget those roads. We good now? Still not good? All right. So I need to connect the sewage pipe directly, I guess. One big circle. Are we happy now? Still not happy. Still not happy. What is the problem here? What is the problem with the sewage pipe? Got a pipe problem. All right, fine. We'll stick the sewage pipe nice and close. Are we happy now? No? Still not happy? Yeah, one milestone problem at a time. Gotta deal with a different problem here. Oh, where'd my other sewage thing go? Oh, that's right, I built it way out here. Never mind. All right, pipe from, well, it connected automatically. All right, I don't know what's going on here. Are you not entertained? Still not entertained. What is the problem here? I don't know what the problem is here. It shows that the pipe's going, and yet it's still crying about the pipe. I don't know what the problem is. I'm about ready to start ignoring it, though. I'm trying here. I am. I feel like this should have been something that I could do without needing to do it manually. This feels like something is going wrong here. Alright, I don't know if that's connected properly or not. It doesn't feel like it is. It feels like I've got too many pipes and I see flow, but it's not really working correctly. I feel like the heights might be a problem. I don't know what's going on. Got all sorts of little nodes here. Seeing now. Ah, boy. Alright. Again, I'm not sure why this isn't connecting. Ugh. What is your problem? It's always the sewer pipes, man. It's always the water and sewer. It's always a pain. Seems like that hasn't changed. Alright, now it's only complaining about the sewer, which it has a connection. What more do you want? I mean, are we good? It seems like that's goofy, but works. Let's try it again with this one. See if that connecting to the... Are you connecting? Yeesh. Ugh, of course. No. Alright, is this thing happy? Are we good now? No. Everybody's without water. I've spent too much time on this. This is way too big a pain in the ass. Why is that not connecting? What do you want? I'm sure a developer is watching this going, what is wrong with you? But I'm just having an intuitive problem here. Something is not working correctly, and at this point I'm at the... shut up, bird. I'm at the just delete it and start over. Yes, destroy the building. Destroy that one too. Something has gone seriously wrong. Let's start over. Go away, underground view. Believe me when I say I've done that already. Water pumping station. We'll turn the grid snap on again. That will be wonderful. Do that. Water pumping station. Sewage outlet. Separately. Poop water that way. We will run these things separately if that's what it takes. Why is this still fighting me? Why will you not connect to that? Jeez. Alright, I think that's connected now. Water network expanded. Wonderful. Can we connect the poop network and call it a day? Can we move on with our life? I feel like I just connected sewage to water, but it doesn't look like that's right. Alright. Road. And maybe this thing will shut up. You're breaking my 90 degrees. You're killing me. Still no water. What in the hell is the problem? Seriously, what in the hell is going on? Why is this not working? What do you want? I don't get it. I don't get it. How many lines do I have to run here? Is it none? Is it none because it'll just connect to the road? Is that how this works now? Is it... Great, it's working now. Why would I not be able to connect that manually? There's no sense to that. Anyway, I can be mad about it or I can move on. I'm going to choose to move on. What do these people want? High rent. Well, you're going to have trouble paying rent if you've got nobody living there. Alright, so I need to get out of the underground mode because I feel like I'm in underground mode still because I can't see my buildings. Which thing? The underground thing went away, so where did that go? Alright. Water. If I select something, can I get out of the underground mode? Underground mode, where are you? I don't want to go lower. I want to get out of the underground mode, please. Okay, I've lost where to get out of the underground mode. So I'm assuming I'm out of underground mode. I don't know why these aren't built yet. They're complaining about high rent and they don't have anybody living there. There's no building. So unless I can't see the building, which I think is actually the case. There we go. Toggle underground view. No, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the above ground view. What are you people complaining about? You can't complain about the high rent if there isn't a building. Alright, so now I've actually got some buildings. And these are some nice homes. Little greenhouse. Little shrubberies. Johnny Moore's happy about it. Plenty of free time. Happy life. Is that a dog? It is a dog. Diamond and Peanut. Peanut belongs to the Summers family. Do not run over the dog, city car. Oh, that was cool. They all stopped. They stopped so they wouldn't get run over. Alright, so we're starting to get some residents here. Looking for chefs for our new restaurant at 12 Umber Street. Apply now. Alright, seems like everybody's okay with city life so far. These commercial zones are starting to fill in. So we have the Ducky Toy. I see, Ducky Toy. Yeah, not enough employees. 1 of 12. Industrial buildings. Full skill grinding. Chipperstein. Dreideman's. Alright. So we're getting some buildings. So let's, seems like we're still complaining about the demand. We've got low and medium density demands for residential areas. So let's go ahead and move to the medium density stuff and give them a whole stack of it. We'll fill out the outside edge with low density stuff. I'm actually going to leave some space because I'm actually thinking I need to expand my grid, but I'll leave that space for now. Alright. Rather than going nuts, we'll let stuff fill in and see what that does to demand. Seems like things are popping into place. Folks are moving in. Operation Tiny Village is off to a great start. So let's see. Development trees allow you to access new service buildings and other buildable items for your city. You can unlock these assets by using development points. Basic services will now be automatically unlocked when you reach new milestones. Develop and grow the service further. Unlock the next item along the tree and build it in your city. Development points are awarded for reaching new milestones. Each city service has its own development tree. You can focus on specific types of city developments by spending your points in the areas that interest you the most. Explore the development trees to find out what features each city has to offer. So it looks like emergency batteries, gas-powered plants, all the way up to nuclear power plants, solar power. Folks are happy. Water services, water treatment plant, water pumping station, healthcare and death care. Crematorium, hospital, disease control. Probably grab a hospital and just here in a second. Garbage management, incinerator, recycling, industrial waste. And it looks like we've got everything else is locked. Roads, roundabouts, and advanced road services. Parking areas. Yeah, of all the choices, I think I'm going to grab a hospital. That seems kind of important. But I only have 1 point, so I'll have to wait till you earn another point. Milestones represent the growth of your city to develop your city to reach the next milestone. Track how your city is growing and how far you have to go to reach the next milestone. Milestones unlock new features, dev points, and more. This tracks the amount of expansion points, XP you have, and shows how much you need to gain until then you reach the next milestone. You're awarded XP for building city services, buildings and their upgrades, signature buildings, and roads. Increasing your population numbers and citizen happiness also grants you XP rewards. Signature buildings are typically like, they're almost like a unique building. They offer a whole bunch of different bonuses. So you want to be very careful about how you place those in your city because they can improve the overall happiness of an area or improve the productivity. Those are pretty cool when you do get them. They are typically free to build, but again, you want to be very careful because they're unique. Money. When you reach a new milestone, you'll receive a money reward. Use it to build and maintain the city. Always comes with bills, doesn't it? Development points. For each milestone reach, you'll be granted development points which can be used to unlock advanced services, like hospitals. Each milestone adds to your existing expansion permits that are needed to expand city borders. Each milestone unlocks more features that allow you to build and expand your city in different ways. You can look through the list here. Yeah, I did notice that when I was looking at the overall grid, there is plenty of space to expand Duckburg. And I imagine that's when it's going to get interesting, is getting city services that can span whole areas like that. Oh, we're getting some actual tire marks. Kind of, you can see where traffic is going. Roundabout here might be a good thing. So I guess we'll see as traffic expands what sort of patterns emerge. But our commercial areas are starting to fill in. Not fully. Seems like we're pretty close to parity here. Maybe a little more demand on single houses, but I'm going to wait till these other ones fill in before I worry about that. And then our medium density stuff. So these are going to be apartment buildings, I believe. Housing market stinks. Where do I complain? So I'd like to live in the city, but there are no homes available. All right, well, fine. I'll build more homes. God, Amber, so impatient. All right. Low density housing is our complaint. So we'll throw down some more low density housing. Give folks some additional places to live. See if that stops the noise. I think I just did. Did I do low density? Yeah, I did. I do like that I'm not having to go and replumb areas, especially with how much that plumbing was fighting me. But being able to drop down roads and stuff and very quickly have power and garbage and sewer and everything else. All right, garbage management facilities send out trucks that collect waste around the city and bring it back for processing. Landfill is the basic garbage management facility. Collected garbage is stored in the dumping area, also known as a lot. Yeah, I need to build a landfill. Much as it sucks. Yeah, you can increase and decrease the size of the landfill. Yeah, we're gonna build it out here, and then I'll build a road across. Add new node. Oh, for the overall size of the garbage lot. Garbage mega city. There it is. I said there it is. Be happy with it. Hey, that's it. Upgrading service buildings. Upgrades provide things such as higher capacity or faster and cleaner services. Select service buildings you have built to see what upgrades are available. Building an upgrade. Select the upgrade you want from the menu. Depending on the upgrade, it's added on top of an existing building as an extension or placed to the side as a separate sub-building. For sub-buildings, you can choose the location of it yourself. Most upgrades can only be applied once to any given building, but there are some you can add multiple times. All right. Upgrades are hazardous waste collection point, garbage truck depot, and waste recycling unit. Well, we don't have that kind of money right now, so right now it's going to be build a road, and that will be that. In water. Yes, I noticed that it's in the water. I want to build across the water. That's called a bridge. Do I not know how to build it? Oh, I guess I need to build a bridge separately. I see. Yes, it's in the water. That's the point. Alright. Seems like I need to back this up a little. What is it? What's the complaint now? Come out of underground mode. Alright, let's try this again. 4-tiered arch bridge. Okay. Try it again. Elevation too low. Alright, there we go. I guess I just had the elevation too low. Quit it. Stop. Quit. Back down to flat. Okay, and then I guess we're going to narrow down to a 2-lane road and call it a day. That is cool, though. It automatically adjusted for the 2-lane road. Oh, the turnaround and everything. 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour. That's cool. So now it's listed how fast they can go on the roads. So you can see maybe why an area is congested. Maybe the speed is just too low. We now have garbage trucks. Oh, wow. Look at that. We have, I think we have our first traffic problem, actually. We have semi-trucks going into this biofuel plant, and they're stacking up here. Hopefully not holding up traffic, but I think they're all going here. I might really need to address that. That seems like that might be a problem. Alright, so the landfill. Let's finish addressing the landfill. It says no pedestrian access. A pedestrian path connection is required. Okay. No car access. Alright. More road then? Alright, road in that direction. Everybody's happy. Not enough water. We might need a separate water system just for this. And frankly, it probably should. I don't think I want that connecting to everything else. Ugh, I dread this. I really do. I don't know why, but I always have so much trouble with water and power. Like, why isn't that connecting? Why is it shorting it by that amount? And this is connecting... I'm connecting a sewer pipe. Alright, that's my fault. Water pipe to the water pipe. Are we good now? No. Of course not. They're levitating above each other. But water's flowing. You know what? Take the win. Alright. Water sewage. I want to make it parallel with this one because I don't want to pour sludge in and have it pollute the other side of the equation. So we'll run this over here. You're killing me, Smalls. You're absolutely killing me. I think that's good. Are we happy now? We good? I think we're good. Alright, yeah, so no more complaints here. Looks like the landfill is functional. So we can get back to addressing the city. What is the problem now? What don't we like? Waiting for a hearse. A hearse has not arrived despite one being called quite a while ago. Well... because we have no death care. Good healthcare systems help prevent diseases and untimely deaths by treating the sick and injured. Healthcare systems also keep citizens healthy and happier by giving advice and information. Clinics and hospitals. Sick citizens visit clinics and hospitals for treatment on their own if they're a serious condition, or an ambulance would be sent out to pick them up. Medical clinics and hospitals have a set of ambulances at their disposal and a limited amount of room for patients. Medical buildings can be upgraded to increase the capacity of both. Well, I was trying to unlock the hospital, but you know what? It seems like a medical clinic might be an immediate need. So, I'm going to give up some housing for this, I think. Actually, it seems like it's got a pretty good reach. Is it going to work? Yeah, it really reaches everything. So we're going to stick that out there, and then we'll stick the cemetery. You can visit your loved ones. Your loved ones are on the way to the landfill. Is it cruel? I mean, maybe. Alright, well that should take care of the hearse problem. Or they'll send a semi-truck, I suppose. Wow, that is one hell of a cemetery. Holy crap, man. How many people do you expect to die? That's nuts. Alright, so the upgrades looks like an ambulance depot and an extension wing. What possible upgrades? A temple, a columbarium. I have never heard of that. A set of walls for storing the cremated remains of the deceased. A mausoleum. Alright, so I am going to rant here for just a second. This is the least efficient way to deal with the dead. I know this is going to sound incredibly insensitive, but sticking people in a plot like this is gross mismanagement of the space, but also this is extraordinarily expensive. Do you think your loved ones really want you to go into debt for $10,000 to stick them in a box so they can live in the ground for you to come visit a headstone? They could have that same exact experience if you cremated them, but even cremation has gotten ridiculously expensive, and the amount of fuel required for cremating is insane. We need a massive retrofit of this industry. It is completely irrational from a pricing perspective, and it's completely insane from a land use perspective. At some point, we're going to have to start stacking bodies if we keep doing this. Anyway, rant over. Didn't know you were going to tune in for that nonsense, did you? All right, commercial space is starting to fill in as well. Man, I love the detail. They've really gone above and beyond. For a game that's spent, you know, at 10,000 feet a lot of times, we've got a lot of detail this time around. Little mopeds. I'm sorry, excuse me. A motorcycle. Here's a motorcycle rider that's very upset with me now. Our sleepy little town seems good on traffic right now, other than that one space. But let's take a look at our map tile. Not map tile. It's not really what I wanted. Didn't want map tiles. This is for connecting to the outside world. I did see that we are selling our excess power, which is nice. But yeah, it seems like this is for connecting to other areas. Oh wow, water routes. I think that's new. So, I mean, you can have ship to ship. That's kind of cool. So now we're going to be shipping materials to other cities and setting up shipping lanes. That's way cool. All right. Same thing for air routes. Very cool. I feel like a lot of this stuff might have been added in the expansion packs as the game went along. There were a lot of expansion packs for the previous game that added some functionality that, frankly, just exceeded all my expectations for what the game was capable of even doing. So, oh, the traffic signal is gone. So it seems like that's all kind of baked into this sequel without the need for the expansion packs. So much the better. All right, city stats. Yep, shows detailed graphs about the progress of your city. If you'd like your city to be visited by lots of tourists and the number of visiting tourists are declining, you could focus on building more attractions. Yep. Toggling statistic views. All right, jobs, workers, unemployed, population change. Okay. This is really kind of drilling down into all sorts of crazy stuff. Growth of your city, wealth of your city, budget. Budget, that's cute. Number of households. Yeah, this is where you could really drill into a lot of the stats kind of behind the scenes, especially when you're looking at things like creating a tourist city. You want to create like a mini Vegas. All right, city information. Let's take a look at demand. Plus and minus. Yep, people are unhappy with the unoccupied buildings. That seems to be across the board. City policies. We'll get into that in a minute. But commercial demand, industrial demand. So it seems like there's a problem with high skilled labor availability and unoccupied buildings across the board. I can't really complain too much about that. Gas station availability. I don't know if I have control over that. I mean, I can't really necessarily make people build commercial space for a gas station, can I? And there's plenty of space for gas station type things, but I don't know that I have control over the type. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I can address that. But it is what it is on that part. Let's see. Looking for kind of heat maps. Not seeing heat maps anywhere in here. Maybe I'm missing them somewhere. In the city information somewhere. Or maybe it's unlocked as I go. Electricity, water. I feel like we've addressed all the big stuff. We've got a landfill. Oh, hold on. All right. I kind of forgot to connect that. Frankly, it's probably overkill for what we need, but If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing, right? Oh, you're killing me. Is it going to be water pipe time again? That looks like it's working correctly. I would like you to leave me alone. Nope. It's still not working correctly. Alright. Fine. Delete this stupid thing. And I think that'll work, because it'll connect via the road. We good now? Seems like we're good. I feel like we have an excess amount of water. I feel like that's kind of overkill right now. There's complaints about the lack of industrial space, so I think we need to expand that. So let's drop in some additional roads. Because I feel like there needs to be a crossroad here to get people in and out of this space. It's seems like it might be congested. So we'll cut through the center there. Gosh, I'm not sure how I want to address this space over here, because I feel like there's a grid missing here. Maybe I can just jam through it. Overlapping items. Yeah, I don't care. Just destroy it. Is it going to let me do that? Yeah, you're unhappy, but I don't care. Alright. City planner says we build there. We build there. Fill this stuff in. All of it. Well, there's going to be some extra weird... Man, this filled out very weird. I don't like that at all. Alright, well, fine. It satisfied the space. I imagine I'm going to tear that down at some point and renovate it, but for now, happy residents. I'm appalled at how healthcare is run in this city. You never know if you're going to get treatment or not. I mean, you have this place right here, buddy. What more do you want? Seems like healthcare is okay. I mean, mostly, I think. We've got coverage pretty much across the board, I think. 1 deaths per month. I mean, what do you want? Average health 57%, but healthcare availability is at 100%. Just goes to show, there's always somebody complaining about something, whether there's something to complain about or not. You can get over yourself, sir. I have nothing for you, Magnus Harley. Nothing for you. What do you want? I know where you live, Magnus Harley. I can follow you. See, you're content. Shut up. You're born in 2019, and you're an adult. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem right. Seems like the math might be wrong there. All right, city's starting to get there. Looks like we're about to reach our first progression milestone, which will be a good stopping point for today. Landfill still working. 103% efficiency. Fully staffed. I wonder if we could actually sell landfill services to other cities for money. I imagine you can. Probably something you have to unlock. What is with this space? This space is weird. I wonder why they're not filling this in. Maybe it's just too wide a space? It's zoned. What do you want? Isn't it? In this area zoned? It looks like it's zoned. What do you want? See? Fill it in. Complain to me? What's wrong with you? Alright. Let's speed this up a little bit. See if that area fills in, which it did. Getting things speeding along here. No complaints from the citizenry. Must be doing something right. Medium density is starting to pop up a little bit. We have an overabundance of electricity. That's good. It's earning us money. We actually have... Let's pause this here. Budget tab allows you to view your financial situation at a glance. The numbers are constantly updated according to the changes taking place in the city. By selecting a revenue or expense item from the list, you can see further information about it. Breakdown of the selected item is displayed on the right panel. At the same time, the item's share of the total is highlighted on the graph on the left. The revenues list shows you the different sources and amounts of money coming into the city. The expenses list shows you the different payments made by the city. Monthly balance displays how much profit or loss the city will generate each month based on the current revenue and expenses values. So yeah, service upkeep's a little high, and I bet you that's probably from the excess water production that we're doing. So I'm going to turn some of those off. You can take out loans. Yep, I think we all know what a loan is. Interest rates and such. Taxation, services, and production. So that's going to be all stuff that we unlock as we get to larger cities. But yeah, our city has got a problem with excess facility use, I think. So let's do this. Let's power this down. That's $1,000 a month for that one. How much are these? Oh my God, $20,000 a month. Yeah, we're gonna shut that off. All right, so that's gonna save us some money. It's 120, or that's what, 30,000. Now people are complaining about the water. Seriously? You are killing me, man. Anyway, that's kind of the theme, right? You're killing me, man. Water, always with the water. But milestone 2 unlocked. Congratulations, you're moving ahead very nicely. Welcome to a small village. So next time we're going to figure out what we're going to unlock here with our points that we just earned. We now have a higher loan limit. We can unlock taxation, so we can look at how we adjust for income for our city, which with the money we made, $700,000, we're at $1.2 million. NA medium density housing, all right. EU medium density housing, so we can do some mixture of types. And now we can start to get into education and research, such as elementary schools and high schools. Next one that we're shooting for is a large village, which will give us livestock farming, stone mining, fire and rescue, firehouse, and police administration. Very cool. And we have our first achievement, my first city. Seems like we've got a lot to do. We haven't even hit the inspector yet. Have a look at each of the individual info view panels. We haven't even looked at all the view panels yet, folks. Come on. But we also have our first unlock. So we'll take a look at what sort of options we have available and what we should prioritize for next time. But until then, I'm Ron Burke, Editor-in-Chief for GamingTrend.com. Thanks for joining me on this playthrough of Cities Skylines II. I appreciate you, and we'll see you again very soon.